want to show you then these brushes from Gardner. I've been using them for a few months now, trying out the different types of brushes, working out which ones I prefer, which ones are good in certain situations. And all of these brushes, you can just screw on any T section you want on there depending on what pole you're using. I'm using the over 8 pole from Streamline, so I've got most of these are on swivel T connectors so that I can put it on my over 8 and I can just swap them all over really quickly. So yeah, here we go. I'll tell you what I think. If we start with this one, this is the Superlight brush from Gardner. This is a pretty standard brush. All brands do a similar sort of brush really. It's just basically a square brush, 2 lengths of bristles, and this is a medium bristle. Now you'll get on well with this if you're starting out. This is a great place to start. Lots of window cleaners use this brush, and it is pretty light. I thought it's got a bit of weight to it actually. I've noticed that some of the others are a bit lighter than this one, although they call it a super light. It's probably the heaviest one that I've used here. You'll be happy with that. That's a really good brush. One thing to say about all these brushes is that looking at the brushes, some of them I thought I was really going to get on with, and ones that I thought that I was going to like, I didn't like so much, and ones that I thought I wasn't going to like, I did like. Now one of those brushes, I tried this one, it was also a super light. They call this a sill brush. I thought I was really going to love this. It seems like such a good idea, but I just couldn't really get on with it. I tried it on windows, I tried it on fascias and soffits, and I don't know what it was. The bristles are in all different directions and I've just found it a bit difficult to work with. I didn't like that so much, and I really thought that I was going to love that one, but I didn't. But then I was trying these ones. This is the ultimate brush. Now this one, the bristles are shorter. This is medium bristles as well. Now the thing I found with this is because the bristles are shorter and the bristles are grouped in smaller groups, so it does make it quite a bit lighter. But what I was finding is, especially on UPVC frames, you kind of bump the brush around the frames quite a lot, so that's not really ideal. So that can be a bit of a pain. Now to counteract that, I've been using these brush bumpers. I really like these, and it helps protect the window you're working on from getting damaged. So I really like them, and I was wearing through them quite quickly really, maybe about every couple of months. You wear out on the corners, so you have to change them, but I mean, you're protecting the brush, you're protecting the property, so I think that's really worth doing. I prefer these on aluminium frames where the frame isn't so bulky and chunky. They're much slimmer frames, so this is a really great on stuff like that. Aluminium frames, I really like those for that. This one was a hard bristle brush. I wanted to try that just to contrast the difference between like a medium bristle brush and a hard bristle. These probably you'd use this more if you're using hot water. So that was that. And actually I put it on my pole and used it to brush moss off a roof when I was cleaning a roof. So you can all, because the bristles are not as stiff as like a broom, but they're stiffer than a normal water fed brush, so you could use it almost like a brush like that. Now this one is also an ultimate brush, and this one's got flocked bristles. Now this was fantastic for leaded windows. I made a video explaining that, so I like to use this one for lead windows. Although this is supposed to be medium bristles as well, they actually feel softer than some of these other bristles that are medium, but I think these on this brush must be made of a different material that just means there's a bit more flex in them there. But anyway, because those bristles are frayed, they don't kind of dig into the glass quite so much, which makes it ideal for leaded windows. And all the bristles are the same length there as well. If I come to this one, the Supreme brush, when looking at this, I didn't think I was going to get on with this one. I thought it was going to be awkward to use, awkward to get on with, but actually this one was probably my favourite. It's lighter because the base of the brush is actually smaller, but the bristles are longer again, so I preferred that a lot more. Because of that, the bristles are sticking out at an angle a bit more, and it reduces the amount of buffeting against the frame and things like that. So yeah, I found this really good for getting into the corners, getting in the nooks and crannies, and it was kind of a great compromise between weight and effectiveness of the bristles, especially on windows like this, where sash windows, it really gets into that groove down the side where the window slides, the runners down the side there. You can really get the bristles in there without buffering the base of the brush against the frame and the plastic too much. So it really, I found this one my favorite actually. That was really good. The other one just to mention is the Extreme brush here. This is great if you feel like giving your muscles a bit of time off. It's so light, but those bristles, you know, they're not going to last like some of the other brushes here. But that's a great option if the work's being done pretty regularly and you're not coming up against anything that's too tough. You know, this is a really interesting option to have as part of your kit. So I hope that helps you decide what brushes that you're going to use. They're all the Gardner ones that I've tried so far. Mainly here I've been trying different shapes of brushes, but one thing I haven't tried is DuPont bristles. I've got a DuPont bristle brush from another brand, but the next thing I really want to try is this brush in a DuPont bristle. I think that would be excellent, because those bristles, it seems like you need less scrubbing with those bristles. They really do scrub the window really well, so I really want to try that. Of course, I've tried other brands as well, and hope to try other stuff in the future. So thanks for watching. Hope you found the video useful. Make sure you give the video a like. Why not subscribe? And maybe I'll see you again soon.